What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Semen back once again with yet another video. So the footage for this video I actually shot like for 2 days. I shot a lot of content. The thing is that I sort of started not really rambling, but then going off into a tangent that didn't really have anything to do with the topic of the video. So I decided to not put it out. So I have a whole bunch of content on ice, probably an hour's worth. Today, what are we gonna talk about? Today, we're gonna talk about semen retention yet again. But this time, you know, we already went over a couple things. We went over how semen retention, you know, done correctly can manipulate your physical environment, your physical reality. We talked about the dark side of semen retention, you know, some aspects thereof. We spoke about the benefits, the physical and the mental benefits of semen retention. So today we're going to delve into the dark side. We're gonna do a little drop down and we're gonna talk about an aspect of the dark side of semen retention that you guys should definitely be aware of when conducting this practice. This is something that I just noticed with me because, you know, naturally I'm on the practice. It's something that I've noticed for years. It's just that I just put it off for today, right? I'm gonna talk to you guys about it. The dark side of semen retention, right? The aspect thereof is how it manipulates your aura. I'm gonna get a little deep in this video, so this is just like a warning. Somber that piece of, what are you talking about? An aura. What do you mean that this practice manipulates your aura? I'm gonna explain it to you. But guys, just as a disclaimer, we're gonna get a little deep. I might take off some layers and your visors about how you perceive the world. And maybe for you that's a good thing, maybe for you that's a bad thing, but I'm just laying that disclaimer out there right now. We have to first explain what an aura is, right? We have to go into that a little in depth. We'll just do a small synopsis, right? So an aura, right? Essentially it's an auric field that is invisible and it sort of rests around your body. So an aura is produced by the energy of your heart, right? Your passion for things, how emotional you get over things. I'm gonna roll up my sleeves because the sun here is really beaming. And remember that aspect of you is amplified on semen retention, just to let you sort of put things together on what an aura field can be, what it is made up of, and how intense it could possibly be, right? So that's one aspect, right? Energy and passion of your heart, the emotions that are produced by the heart. Another thing is the mental power. Remember I explained briefly how the physical manipulation of your reality can occur through semen retention, right? On this practice, what you see and what you experience, it you know, it sort of saves into your subconscious, and then it get assimilated, analyzed, taken apart, and then manifested in your reality. And that works with anything that you think of frequently and very intensely. That same sort of mechanism works with your aura as well. The more you think about something, the more you have a prevalent type of thought, it is produced in your aura field. Of course, combined with the energy of your heart, the passion of your heart. Some of the benefits of semen retention, the health benefits, is that you are not really taxing the systems of your body, your cardiovascular system, your circulatory system, because you are not. Remember, when you don't retain, you are basically evacuating the nutrients from your body. So because you are on semen retention, the practice, you're retaining the nutrients, which means that your body has much more to draw from when having to do tasks that is required of it. Your energy field changes as a result, you know, if from, you know, not being on semen retention to being on semen retention. All of these things, all the experiences that you have, they get condensed and refined, and that essence sort of leaks into what is called an aura. So on the practice of semen retention, this aura is manipulated the longer you are on this practice, because remember, due to the manipulation of your physical reality, and of course the other levels, but we're not going to explain that in this video. We're going to explain that in another video. So because the physical reality is manipulated by the practice, the experiences that you have are also going to be different as a result, and that is all going through that cycle that I told you about, the cycle of semen retention, and producing a different auric field that is emanated from your body. Now, this is going to be incredibly deep, but the longer you are on semen retention, a lot of people talk about the benefits, right? A whole bunch of the good things that happen from being on semen retention. You know, the increased attention, the increased energy, testosterone, feeling very strong, feeling in control. These are all very, very notable and powerful benefits. Those happen. I've been on semen retention, I could safely say, for about 4 months now. What I've been experiencing, just due to definitely the changes in my aura field, my physical reality, because of that cycle that is consistently happening within the brain due to external factors and so on and so forth in the practice, is these new experiences are insane. It's always been happening to me. I think I now have a reason for it. This practice is kind of insane. So when your aura changes, people respond to that in an incredibly different way. Not everyone is gonna embrace you with open arms. You can go into a room and people acknowledge your existence but pretend that you are not there. This is the type of aura that is being produced. When you're on this practice, you are changing your aura field, and it's becoming incredibly dense, to the point where you're making people feel uncomfortable in your presence. Your aura field will say everything about what's going on with you internally. So remember, all of these experiences that you're having on semen retention, you're retaining it, you're keeping it, you're saving it, and remember that process is continuously happening, and then the cycle continues, the perpetual cycle continues, and then that essence that leaks out of your experiences, they leak into your auric field, and it builds it up, and it builds it up, and it builds it up, and it builds it to a point where people that are not necessarily on this practice, which are the majority, right, are influenced subtly by your presence, and it makes them feel incredibly uncomfortable. It makes them feel incredibly sensitive and insecure in most cases. And as a result, your experiences are going to be different, completely different. In fact, in negative ways. You'll start to feel a lot of hate from the individuals around you, and that's I'm sorry to tell you this, guys, but it is only natural. People are not developing their auric fields, right? Or their internal, their the self, right? That in turn produces the aura field. People are much more suggestible. They're much more impressionable, right? And that aura field, when you come into an area, right, that contains that field, right, and the individuals that don't practice, are not on this practice, are influenced by that field. They feel this pressure. They can't explain it. They only perceive it on a subtle level, and then they react in a very, very hostile way, 95% of the time. People have been acting hostile to me today. I woke up, went to the gym. I had a whole bunch of people that try to bump into me for no reason. We had so much space on the sidewalk. I think there's this girl at the gym that used to talk to me or something, you know, just like a hi and bye thing. And she literally pretends that I'm not there. She doesn't say anything to me at all. And I have a lot of experiences like that, you know, at work. It's definitely not due to anything else, especially if the context of the relationship stayed the same to the present moment, as in, you know, we're just saying hi and bye. Nothing has escalated. We haven't been intimate. The only reason I can attribute this change to is because of my aura. And it's going to happen to a lot of you guys as well. So even if you try to escape the United States, like, you know, in my situation, my future goal, this mindset is going to be prevalent, because this is a way of being. The majority of the world are not on a self-development journey. The majority of the world do not want to be better. They just want to become richer. They want to become better than the other person. Not a lot of people understand that there's an inner work that needs to be done, or that should be done in order to, you know, come to a true fulfillment. And as a result, when people actually go through this semen retention practice and refine their aura, they almost act hostile. I only laugh because this is just something that I've always experienced in my life. And this is gonna spill over into your jobs, your family. When your aura is incredibly strong, it severs years of connection, months of relationship cultivation. I've realized this, I've experienced it. There's this girl, like there's this another girl where she I usually just say hi and bye, and I try to have a little bit of conversation with her, and she refuses to talk to me. I made a joke one time, and she didn't say anything in response to it, but then someone else responded to it, and then she laughed with that person. This practice alone, and there's a lot more, where there's a lot more experiences that you will have where, even managers are gonna feel uncomfortable in your presence, and you will inadvertently be blamed for something, even though you had nothing to do with that situation. One physical gesture, one interaction will be misconstrued. Your employment will be in the balance. Your friendship will be in the balance. It'll be at risk. Aura has to do with a lot of things. So even a seamlessly soft physical gesture will be interpreted as something grand. It's like a scar upon reality, upon the moment. That also is connected to your attention, like what you give attention to, your ocular attention to. For example, you like for me, again, I have to make myself as an example. So I like women as a result of being a heterosexual male. I looked at when I look at women, I'm just like, I was like, oh, she's cute. Oh, she has a nice body, this and that. Oh, she has nice eyes, nice hair. So once my attention is focused onto that, I also notice that the people around me will give me such an evil, malevolent stare. And even some would go so far as to literally cross the entire sidewalk to try to bump into me to dissipate my focus. This is this is the reality of this practice. This is not something to just be one and done, just for a small benefit and then you leave. When you begin this practice, first of all, if you attempt this practice, it's like something that you cannot unsee. Your body will change forever because that is the natural state of man. You are supposed to be on semen retention. You are supposed to have healthy, intimate relationships. Your body is gonna force you and give you experiences in order to keep you on that path. When you are off semen retention, the body will manifest evil experiences, malevolent experiences to sort of, it's like a punishment of some sort. But even when you're on semen retention for a very long time and then you produce this oric field, still you'll have very, very bad experiences. People will band against you. People will just all accumulate in a space and focus their attention on you to make you feel uncomfortable when you are having a conversation with a person and you're trying to express your point of view. The world works in a sort of hive mind-esque way. The majority of people, like I said, do not really think for themselves. The majority of people are not really seeking self-development in the true sense of the phrase. When you partake in this practice, you are already coming in completely different. Your aura will speak for you. The people will sense that, especially the majority that are not on this practice, that are a bit of a lower frequency. They will accumulate and band against you. They'll form legions against you. That's a hive mind behavior. This is the reality of the practice. Your aura will change. Your aura will be stronger, be more dense. It'll feel heavy. It'll feel uncomfortable for people around you. The longer you are in a situation, the more you'll of course that you're always acclimating, so you'll adapt to it. And a personality will be formed from a long-term adaptation to a consistent situation. And that is what this practice does to your aura and inevitably to your personality. Your aura is produced by your personality, which will in turn manipulate the reality around you, right? It'll warp it around you. And done for a long period of time will change your personality. This is just the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. Understand that this experience is not unique by any means. Are there people in history that have experienced this sort of denial from the world. You read about, the story of Jesus Christ. You realize that, at the end of the day, even though he was apparently rejected by the world, he had 12 disciples, and of course the people that he healed and started to believe in him that were on his team. Jesus was good from the get-go, right? Buddha, although he was, journeying his world by himself for the most part, the people he healed and the people that believed in him were on his side. Krishna, spreading joy and influencing the world in a very positive way. The people that he spread joy to and was influenced by his music, by his personality, flocked to him. When you are on this practice, my friends, when you are on this practice and your aura is changed, your friends are not going to be your friends. No one can be trusted. It is very, very unlikely that there are people that are on the same practice as you, that are doing this practice and cultivating their aura and changing their life and warping their reality. So as a result, the people around you will have an ulterior motive just from you being in the same space as them, because they are uncomfortable by the way that your aura makes them feel. You are completely set aside. You're in a different category on this practice. You're in a different league from Jesus, Krishna, the Buddha, Siddhartha, whoever religious figure or being, right, from the past that brought life to the world through spoken word, through deeds. You are going to be alone. No one will help you. You will have no one on your side. And the people that pretended that they will be on your side, they cannot be trusted. These individuals, glory be to all of them. Jesus, Muhammad, all of those individuals, they had people that were with them that can be trusted. Because you will be alone, because you will have no one supporting you, you will have to, all the strength is going to have to come from within. Understanding your future, understanding what this practice is going to do for you, that what you want out of this practice and out of this life. This all spills out from your auric field. This is just something that you're going to have to get used to. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to drop another travel vlog soon. So please stay tuned for that. And as always, my friends, stay radiant. I'll see you in the next one.